Okay, let's get to MDM financing. Okay, this is the icon for MDM financing whenever you open a computer. So I have mine just on the desktop here. So we have the two modules. We have core module and till module. Now, depending on how we have set a client's computer, there are some clients who want one computer back office and one computer on till. So depending on the IPs, you find out that sometimes this box is inactive because it can only work on one module. So in case it's inactive, it's not an error. The IP that has been set is for that till only, or it is only back office. So till module is where we sell from, and then core module is where we configure things and look at reports. So till module is specifically for selling. However, because of clients' need, we have worked on core module to also sell with an interface that looks like URA. So I'll begin from till module. So we put in the username, usually admin, and the default password is simply 123456 for a client who has not changed. So maybe the first thing could be how to change a password. Once you input this, if you want to change a password, if these particulars are correct, you hold down Ctrl and press enter. And once you do that, it then brings for you the change password. So this is how the till module looks like. It has been customized specifically for supermarkets. It uses very many shortcuts for ease of easing the work of the cashier so that they work faster. So up here we have only two buttons, search item and then close. And then we have the receipt number which displays there. We have the run date. Run date, some clients mistake it for system date. You could have one run date running for 2 days. For example, I sell today, but I want the sales of today to merge with the ones for tomorrow. So I set the run date of today to run from today up to tomorrow. Now, why do we bring it in as why don't we just use system date? Because sometimes the supermarkets which open up to midnight. So once it exceeds midnight, for it's going to read those sales in the following day. But run date hopes you that even when you exceed midnight, you still sell them on that particular day and you balance yourself out. So system date is picked from the system, and even the time keeps changing here direct from the system, but the run date you set it manually, and that's where we're going to start from. Now here we have already started, that's why it is allowing you to sell. When I try to search, because the run date has been set already, it allows me to sell. So we are going to start from behind, ending a shift, and then we start the run date. The first shortcut that we shall have to learn is Ctrl O. So Ctrl O is settings, opening up settings. So when you press Ctrl O, it brings for you this menu, and we go to till configuration. So under till configuration is where we configure the printer. I'm going to get back to that point. Can configure the printer here. We configure the till name. Then we have credit mini statement. I'll not go through that. So let's get to run date. So under run date here is where I said, so the last run date is 26th. There it is. So when you go backward, if a date has been set already, it cannot be set again. So in case I set third, it means all dates behind of third cannot be set again. So we have shift end. This is where we end the shift from. The client can put the total available cash they have made and then click end current shift. Okay? Yes, the money in the counter, whether float or whatever. So we click OK, and once you end shift, it brings you automatically to Z. So we now say print Z. For now, Z report is the report that closes the entire system. When you print Z report, you are sure that you have now finished business. So once you click OK, it automatically closes it. So going back to the till, in case the run date has not been set, this pop-up cannot go off. Even when you try to close. Closing here, another shortcut is escape. Every time you just press escape when there is a pop-up, it goes off. But even when you try to press escape here, if you have not set the run date, it can't do anything. So I'm going to now select 27th. So once I select 27th, I say set run date. And once I set run date, it now brings me to start a shift. So we have configured 3 shifts, day 1, day 2, and evening, depending on our client's preference. So here is where he puts opening float, or what you call the change, the first money he finds in the counter. So he can put there 100, and then he can now start the shift. And once you start the shift, it now closes itself, and therefore you can now go ahead and sell. It is very important for the client to set those dates. If the run date is the same as the system date, it is supposed to show here black. So it is showing red because they are not the same.